I want you to think about these two sentences. I get money and I earned money. Now, in English, we can easily see the difference between that. One simply means possession and the other means achievement. But if you translate this into Indonesian, you may cannot really see the difference because both would likely be expressed as aku dapat uang. And why is that? So, as an English literature student, I found something interesting that in Indonesian, we don't really have an exact equivalent for the word earn. So we translate both earn and get to the words like dapat or cari. At first glance, they might be similar, right? But they could very different. Aku dapat uang and I earned money is actually very different. In English, earn means an effort plus a deserved result. But in Indonesian, dapat can mean anything. You hard work, you were lucky, or even you cheated. So I remember one moment in class, my teacher asked a simple question. How do we translate earn into Indonesian? All of us were silent. We tried to guess, maybe it's cari, dapat, or even menerima. But none of them felt right. And then my teacher said, that's because we don't really have that word in our language. We don't really have earn in our lives. And that sentence stayed with me. It made me realize that maybe we don't just like a word. Maybe we may also be missing a mindset that comes with it. In English, earn insists on effort before a reward. That's why you can say earn trust, earn money, and even earn respect. The word itself connects hard work to something we get. Meanwhile, in Indonesian, dapat doesn't emphasize that connection. You can say dapat hadiah, get a prize, dapat warisan, get an inheritance, or even dapat sogokan, get a bribe. The same word applies no matter how it was obtained. So, if language really is a reflection of culture, what does this say about us? Now, I began to see a pattern. In Indonesia, we often talk about the result without seeing the process. And sometimes, in our society, people can say they get money even when, in reality, the money was taken dishonestly. And here's the crucial part. If our language doesn't stress the link between result and effort, maybe our mentality doesn't either. Now, I want to connect this to something bigger: corruption in Indonesia. So, when we talk about money, our society often makes no distinction between illicit money and earned money. Why? Because in our language, both are simply described as dapat uang, to get money. And I think that's the problem. The culture of as long as you get it as deeply ingrained. From the beginning, our language doesn't give us a word like earn, a word that insists on effort, legitimacy, and worthiness. So if we grow up only with the word get, we just focus on the outcome, not the process. We just celebrate what was gained and not how it was gained. This is why corruption is difficult to fight, because it's not only about breaking the law, it's about a way of thinking. It runs deeper than the police. It runs in the way we speak, the way we understand, and the way we live. So, language is actually shape the way we think. Now, imagine this. What if our language had its own word for earn? A word that insists, a word that links between result and effort. Maybe from a young age, a children would ask not just about berapa yang kamu dapat, how much did you get, but also apa yang sudah kamu lakukan untuk layak mendapatkannya. What did you do to deserve it? Language might not solve corruption overnight. We all know that, right? But it can plant a seed that grows of the culture where legitimacy matters as much as results. We may not have the word earn in our language, in our vocabulary, but we can bring the mindset of earn into our lives to remind ourselves and those around us that what truly matters is not what we get, but also what we truly deserve. So, at the end, language is not just about how we communicate it is about how we think, and how we think determines who we become. Thank you.